seem to have really precariously balanced the camera on my laptop screen. But I'm aware I'm wearing the same t-shirt as last time. Don't worry, I have more than one t-shirt. This is just one of my lazing around the house t-shirts. I'm actually talk about what I'm doing at the moment in life. Well, not really in life. No one wants to know about what I'm doing at uni. What I'm doing at uni is building a visitor centre. Woo. So, as you all know, obviously, hence the username and the sort of general theme of things, I am still in the ketosis diet. No shit. But obviously, what with it now no longer being summer and I ain't going to be walking around with my top off, I'm going to be doing some bulking and some strength gaining. So if anyone was tuned in with me last year, I did a series about I've woken the dogs up. I did a series about putting strength on, putting size on, like a 12-week program. Well, it was 14 weeks actually. 14 weeks, similar to the 12-week program I did last through summer. Well, into summer. So now I'm going to talk about getting, going back into that sort of phase. So if you've been, so the past few months I've been sort of maintaining. I've put on a little bit of weight just because where I was in May, if anyone goes back on my Instagram and looks at all that crap, I wasn't planning on staying looking like that. I wanted to see what I could do in 12 weeks. So obviously I went back up a bit, just to a point where I felt comfortable. Still looked good, but felt comfortable with how much I was eating and all the exercise and stuff. I didn't want to feel drained all the time. I didn't want to feel like I was constantly counting every single thing to make sure that I didn't go over and yada yada yada. So I've been maintaining the past few months, and now it's on to the phase of gaining weight. Now I know a lot of people that are on the diet are just looking to lose weight. That's kind of the point of the diet. I always say diet, which replace the word diet with like lifestyle, because it's not just a diet. Like a lot of diets you can do for, a lot of people do sort of diets for not too long and they're not too strict about it, but with keto I feel like you need to be a bit more strict. I mean, obviously I'm not saying everyone needs to do it as I do it, and I am really strict. Not everyone needs to do that. You can come and go as you please, but I usually just stay. So yeah, the way this is working for me is I have a handy little app, and I'll come on to apps in a minute. My Net Diary, which has worked out for me magically that my calorie budget, as they call it, is 4,157 calories. So at the moment, actually, I haven't put on. Turn the phone on quiet. I haven't actually put on. It's been a week now, a bit. Yeah, a week and a bit, and I haven't actually put on much in the way of weight. Actually, I've not really put on any weight. I'm still at the same weight that I was. But obviously, for the first few weeks, and this applies to everything. This applies to cutting, bulking, and maintenance. The first couple of weeks of any sort of change, not always going to be the most telling, if you get me. So I mean, when I did that cut the first week, I lost 10 pounds. That was just all the water and sort of excess crap just falling out. This is just sort of everything sort of falling out and sort of getting into that level where you actually do start. So I mean, if I don't put on any weight for these first 2 weeks, I'm going to be quite happy. Obviously, a lot of that is going to be due to my body adjusting to what I'm putting into it, and the sort of I'm doing extra work. So when I did the cut, everyone know, well, if you watched it, you'll all know that I started at half an hour of cardio and worked my way up to an hour's worth of cardio, 30 minutes lifting, 30 minutes. Now I usually spend about 2 hours at the gym, which is for some people excessive. Like, I'm not saying everyone has to do that. You can break it down if you want. You can do your lifting in the morning, your cardio in the evening, vice versa, a bit of cardio with your lifting, and then a little bit more later on. You can take up more walking. Like, if you've got dogs like me, you can walk the dogs more often, or you can go for a longer walk, or all that crap. But with this, with bulking, because obviously anyone who knows me knows that I'm more of a powerlifter than I am a bodybuilder, I sort of get bored of counting after about 6 reps. So I tend to try and hammer as much weight as possible. Now, I'm not saying everyone now just go plough 20s onto a bar and hope for the best. Obviously, it's taken a long time for me to get form going, and I've only been doing this for a year. So my form's probably not perfect. Technique is more important than weight. Something that I can't stress enough. The point of the bulk for me is to not really put on you know, lashings of size. Obviously you're going to put on size anytime you stress the muscle and you break the fibres. When they rebuild, you become stronger and you become bigger, and a side part of that is becoming stronger, and vice versa. You will always become, well, you'll probably always become bigger when you become stronger. Now, for a lot of people, if this is your first ever bulk, so if you've been following me now for the past year, you've probably lost quite a lot of weight. I mean, if you've been following it day to day. So it is quite daunting, the first time ever going into a bulk. It's pretty terrifying to think of yourself as putting weight back on, and it's something that I didn't get right for a long time. It's now been 5 years since I've been losing weight. I've been in keto for 3 years. By about now, I think it was this time 3 years ago, I was, God knows where I was in weight, but I got down to 154 from 300 and something pounds. So obviously I lost a lot of weight, and it was quite a scary idea to put weight on. Now, in the first 6 months, I went from 154 to 169. What was it? 165. I was eating, I can't remember now, I think it was like 2.5, 3. So, prior to that, I'd been cutting on like 2,000 calories. So I think it must have been 2,500 because I just added 500 more. And my weight went up. But this was also when I sort of started half-heartedly lifting. And when you do that for the first time, you do tend to put on a lot of weight, and a lot of it is just sort of not beginner's luck, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, you got like beginner gains. You put on quite a lot at the beginning. You also put on quite a lot of strength at the beginning, and the reason for that is, especially with things like, the best example is the bench. I see a lot of people when they go to bench the first time and they're doing this as they come up. Now that's because all the little muscles between the muscles and all the little tendons and stuff, they're not used to the stress. So once they've become used to the stress and they get used to sort of just the range of motion, suddenly you can just start putting, obviously the weights will just keep climbing. For anyone who hasn't done a bulk before, you know where you need to be, you know what you need to do. But the most important thing for anyone doing this for the first time, bloody camera. The important thing for anyone doing this in the first time is to just not be afraid. And it's going to sound really weird, and people who are watching this that maybe haven't lost the weight yet, or people that are just sort of browsing through and have come across this video, it is pretty scary putting weight back on once you've spent so long losing it. It feels like you're going in the wrong direction. But fear not, you're going in the right direction. You can't forever be losing weight. Eventually you're just going to stop, or you're going to look wrong. When I was 154 pounds, I just looked sick, I looked ill. So putting the weight back on has been a good thing. So, for your first few years, you want to, or at least your first, and it's not, and you see a lot of these sort of 12-week to size programs. A lot of these don't work. A bulk doesn't work like that. You're not thinking 12 weeks. You're thinking more like 12 months. Off camera. It's going to be a big thing. You're not going to want to put on more than £2, maybe £4 at the beginning every month. So, I mean, at the beginning you're looking at £1 a week, which is the same sort of level that you were decreasing at when you're doing the cut, but obviously it makes a lot of difference. When you're putting on £1 of weight in a month, maybe 3/4 of that pound is muscle, and that quarter is fat, because you cannot gain muscle without fat, except for right at the beginning. That's a whole different story, I'll come on to that one day. But that little bit of fat on the end isn't going to make that much difference. You're still going to look really good. And obviously this is implying that you're doing a lean bulk. I have in the past, so this is the third bulk I've ever done. In the past I did one where it was not high carbs but not keto, and I went from 165 up to about 205 in the space of a few months. Being careful with my macronutrients and stuff. After that, last year, if anyone was watching any of the videos that I took down, can't remember why, you'll know that I did CKD, CKD being 5 days of keto, 2 days off, 5 days of keto, 2 days off, 5 days of keto, 2 days off, and I put on less fat than the previous year, and not as much weight overall, obviously, because the more you do it, the less weight you'll put on. Imagine a car accelerating. That first, everyone always talks about the 0 to 60. The 0 to 60 being sort of 4 seconds or something, and then the 0 to 100, that extra 40 miles an hour could take you up to 12 seconds. So 0 to 60 of 4, and then you've got 8 more seconds. There's the wind resistance pushing against the car, and in the same way, there is only so much you can put on, and then you'll start to obviously slow how much you put on loads at the beginning, and then it'll slowly sort of peter off. So by your second or third year, you may be looking at maybe £2 a month. It's just the way things are. So this year, if you saw any of the cutting stuff, I went and did the TKD method, which is sugars around the workout. Obviously I'm going to find out, and I'll explain this as I go. I'll make videos to update this and let you guys know if I do change things, why I change things, and what differences it makes. I'll go through all that. The way I'm now going about the routine, so in the cut, I started off at an hour of lifting, 15 minutes. I worked up to half an hour of cardio, an hour of lifting, half an hour of cardio. I'm now doing 15 minutes of cardio and an hour and a half of lifting. And the reason I'm doing that is because when you do things in high weight, you do tend to take longer breaks, but also because I'm doing a lot of accessory work. So like with the bench, the accessory work might be doing sort of with the safety bars up and just basically practicing pushing from a dead stop. Now the reason I'm putting the safety bars on is because I don't want to be laying it on my chest and find that I can't push it up. With the safety bars on, if I can't push it up, I just roll it down and I can sit up again. Simple things. Things like that, they add time. I'm still doing sort of the regular lifting stuff I would normally do. So that sort of sums up my diet. I'm doing about 4,000 calories. I'm doing about 2 hours, 1.5 hours of that is lifting. I am still going many times in the week, sort of leaving Sunday for like a cardio day, just like an hour of straight cardio, just to keep that fat level off. And I'm looking to gain maybe £2 a month. Now the scheme I've set up, I have aimed to be doing it for a long duration of time, as in over a year, but if this changes, which it probably will, I'll probably get to near the summer and I'll do like a mini cut, and then I'll continue again after the summer. Again, something I'll keep you updated on, and I will continue to make videos, but that is my plan over the winter. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Anything you'd like me to do a video on, stick it in the comments down below. If you think I'm being mental in doing this, let me know down below, and if you're kind of thinking it's a pretty cool idea and you want to try it yourself, well, leave a comment down below. I might get back to you and sort of can help you out. I am looking to eventually start coaching people on this stuff, but I want to get it right for myself first. I'm not going to start making people do these sort of weird experiments that I do. So good luck, and I'll see you next week. Sort of like, shit, I've forgotten. I've napped my camera. No, I had it done so well and now it's fallen apart. Ah.